Are you ready for another live stream on Tuesday? He's like, I'm sad because I ate all my food here and I don't get fed again in an hour. It's quite terrible. All right, what's going on? Hello, Linda. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Liz. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Catitude. Hello, Ruth. And is that everybody at the moment? It looks like it is. So I hope you all are doing well on this Tuesday evening. Hello there, Connie. Jesse. Hi, hi. Mr. Maximus here, he says, feed me. Feed me, human. I'm wasting away here. I haven't had food in an hour, and it's terrible. Haven't got any results yet from Mr. Maximus. We're actually going to call our vet tomorrow. Not necessarily for Max, because we just got to be patient as far as those biopsy results come back. But we do need to re-up on Rosemary's medication. And we also need to cancel. Max had an ultrasound scheduled in the beginning of December. But since he's not throwing up anymore currently, and he hasn't thrown up probably in about 3 weeks now or so, we're thinking that he doesn't need to have an ultrasound done. I hate to say it like this, just save a little money. Because, Maxie, you've been expensive this year, buddy. We love you, but you've been crazy expensive. Hello there, Lewis. So obviously, if things flare up again, then we'll get an ultrasound done. But, you know, we were telling Mr. Maximus when he went to the vet to get his biopsy done, this is the last time, hopefully, you're going to go to the vet in 2025 because you've been there way, way too often. Hello there, Kaylee Cutie. This is Mr. Maximus. Kaylee, he is one of 9 cats that we live with, that we're sharing this life with at the moment. If you are new, hello and welcome to you. Do you live with any kitties yourself? Kaylee, your cat is also named Max, and he's all black. Awesome. Very awesome. Hopefully everybody's kitties are doing well. Y'all are going to test my memory. Lewis, how is... Shoot, what's the kitty's name? Flash? How is that kitty doing? Catitude, are his spots clearing up now? Yeah, it seems like it, Catitude. So this was the original one right here, right? And, you can't even tell really anything even happened here. This was the first one. Let me kind of get him up here. This is the third one. He still obviously has that stitch going on. It hasn't dissolved yet. But, it seems like it's getting better. And then, I don't want to move his body right now. Where's his second one at? It's on the other side. But yeah, things are clearing up though, Catitude, for sure. Kaylee, your cat has one ear kind of cut off. Yes, that means, if I'm thinking correctly, Kaylee, that was a feral kitty at one point in time. So they docked the ear a little bit to indicate, hey, this cat was feral. This cat was a part of a TNR program, if I'm thinking correctly, and I may not be. But we did have a kitty that had the same kind of docked ear as well. Let me see. Kitty King, hello. How you doing? Nice to see you as always. Lewis, Flash is a great big chunk. Spending a lot of time on the neighbor's deck, and you're welcome. Absolutely. Kaylee, what spots do cat like? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you clarify? I'm kind of slow sometimes, Kaylee. I'm a special human. Now, if you mean like spots around the house, things like that, if that's what you mean, then let me know. What's up, Mr. Mooksy Miss? I know. Let's get a little chinny rub. Hello there, Joshua. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us, especially if you are new. A big hello and welcome. Those who are new, I left this, it's on a pinned comment, but one cool thing about what this channel does is we donate every single cent that we get from this channel back to charities, back to cat rescues. We do it at the end of every month. We'll be doing it this Sunday. We'll be donating to, I think 4 or 5 rescues, maybe 6. We'll see. Hello there, Spence. How you doing tonight, Spence? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us out there in the UK. Liz, I did. I will talk about that in a second. I for sure know what you're talking about, and I will definitely get to that in a second. Hello there, Maya. How you doing? Hello there, Yemeneza. Hello. Cats always win, for sure. Thank you for the flower, Linda. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. Liz here is she I know she sent like a post, and I saw the same article, Liz. So out in New Zealand, I want to say, I guess there is a push to eradicate feral cats because of what the cats are doing to like the diversity, the biodiversity of the country of New Zealand. So their plan is by 2050 is to eradicate. That's just a nice word, for kill, unfortunately, essentially. All feral cats out there. Hello there, Kristen. How you doing? How are things out in Texas? So, I mean, I do like a lot of things. I mean, I don't think things are completely black and white. I'm not obviously for the eradication of feral cats. I think that does probably, kind of feed into, well, are the cats in New Zealand not getting spayed and neutered, right? If you're not spay and neutering your population of kitties, then therefore they are like just can overrun things, and they are definitely predator. That's how cats are. Cats are predators. It's just that's the reality of it. Hello there, Davino. How you doing? And I agree with you, Liz. They definitely keep certain population down. But I guess the concern, and again, I understand that, people are worried, like, all the bird population, bat population, things like that. It's definitely it's a tricky ecosystem to try to keep kind of like in harmony. Right. And I will say overall, us as human beings, we do a terrible job when it comes to caretaking of this planet. We do a terrible job. I'm not going to be on the subject for very long. But yeah, so I do know what you're talking about, Liz, and I don't agree that they should eradicate. I think they should maybe somehow, I don't know, create zones, maybe like cat only zones or just like cat zones, something. I'm sure if reasonable people start to think there is something else that can be done. Let me kind of check on chat here because I always like to keep up with what you all are saying. Hello there, Icon, Kristen, and I think whoever else asked about Max's biopsy results, we have not got them back yet. So we are still waiting to get his biopsy results at this point in time. Mishik Kuravink. Feral cats are a terrible thing for the environment because they kill every living smaller animal. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I think there should be some sort of compromise. like I said, maybe cat zones, maybe bird zones. I think there is some compromise, and I think there is something that can be done besides just, hey, let's kill all the cats. I don't think that's like common sense, to be honest. Uh, Kenneth, hello there. As long as you don't hurt her, we're good, dog. I have no idea what that means, but hello. Hello there, JD. We were wondering, or I was wondering at least, if you were going to pop on or not. How much for the Oreo cat? Zero. Zilch, nada. But JD, if you truly love cats, what you can do, become a channel member. Donate. Help rescue and save cats. That's what I'm going to ask. Now, eventually, others might get kind of tired of your comments and time you out. I hope they don't. But that's what I'm going to say for now. Kristen, he does not have any new lesions, no. Mishak, do not judge you because you are a cat owner. You took one of those little guys home with you, and now I love her to death. Awesome. May I ask, though, Mishak, why do you consider yourself a cat owner? Just curious. Like, what is your reason? Spencer saying TNR. I appreciate that, Lewis. Yeah, Kenneth, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not going to take time out yet, though, Kenneth. So this cat is a psychopath. Explain, what do you mean, Kenneth? How much terrorism has this cat committed? Wow, we got some cat fans on here for sure. HGC, what do you mean by that? Let's first engage with those who want to be provocative, and let's see where they go from. Mishik, what about the problem with cat leukemia when they interbreed? Well, for sure, that's definitely an issue. But that's where you just don't kill cats though because they interbreed. You spay and neuter them, my friend. That's the humane thing of doing. Jesse, I'm not sure if you're asking me if I ever had a stray cat, or are you asking people in chat? If you're asking me in particular, yes, I have had a stray cat before. Hello there, Bruce. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Kenneth, all cats are. That's their thing. So, Kenneth, can I ask you, are you a cat fan or are you a dog fan? Usually people are cat folks or dog folks, so I'm just curious. Liz, you don't have to be quiet. If nobody ever feel like they aren't allowed to say anything in chat, this is a free chat. Say what you want, and we'll go from here. Mishik, the reason is you just fell in love with her and she became part of the family. And here's my story she wrote about. Okay, so Mishik, if you feel like she's part of your family, then I feel like you probably shouldn't consider yourself being an owner because she's not like property, right? You don't look at this cat as property, do you? And if you don't, and if you consider part of the family, then I feel like you should probably, maybe use a term like guardian, caretaker, kahu, things like that instead. Fashion Queen, how can you get a Bombay cat? Why would you want to get just a Bombay cat from a shelter? There are plenty of cats out there that need a good home. They don't necessarily have to be like a particular breed, though. HGC, you must not have been on the internet long if you haven't heard all cats are terrorist jokes and you love both cats and dogs. Well, that's good. I do take cat stuff seriously, though, HGC. I'm a cataholic, so I can't help myself. Kenneth, you have an 18-year-old kitty. He is sometimes not the most friendly of kitties, but you love him. Okay. Mishik, she wrote about 50 me on the top and your work partners. Thank you, Bruce, for the gift there. And your work partner's gas tank on his pickup next to the exhaust pipe. She got to the job, her whiskers were burnt, she was shaking, and you took her home and tried to find her a home. Okay. Bruce, we have not got any results on Max as of yet, but we will obviously keep you posted. Fashion, you live with dogs and cats? Okay. Mishik, you've never owned a cat in your life, and we just fell in love with finding her a home. Okay. Hello there, Margot. How you doing? Fashion two hamsters and a guinea pig and cats and dogs. Kristen, your cats are your kids. Their needs come before mine. That is a very good way to look at it, Kristen. And I wish more people saw that as well. That when you bring a cat or a dog into your home, they're not property. They're not something that you can just throw away like a broken TV. They are a living being. They are a sentient being. They feel things. They have needs, and those needs need to be met and exceeded. And those needs just don't necessarily mean food, water, and shelter. You have to think of an animal's cat's emotional need as well. And I think some of that starts is how we look at our relationships with our felines. Do we consider them just property that we can just toss away when we want to? Or do we consider them a very special creature like a dog is that we need to take care of from the time we bring them into our homes and live with them until the day that we need to say goodbye? Hello there, Rosemary. How you doing? So those who disagree with me, I will give you obviously opportunities to chat if you so desire. I'm always up for debates. I'm always up for conversation as long as it's respectful. Once it turns disrespectful or it becomes repetitive or you spam things, that is when you will probably be timed out either by one of the people that have the blue wrench or myself. But before that, then, as long as it stays respectful, then I would love to have conversations with folks. Lyle, okay, you better not throw your cats. I have no idea what that means, Lyle, but okay. Kenneth, no, a dog loves people. Cats love the house. Well, cats run the house. That is the funny thing when people say that they're cat owners. In reality, they haven't quite gotten the message that the cat actually owns them. It's quite the opposite when it comes to cats. Mishu, after we tried to find a home and we couldn't, then we kept her on our family. Very true. Airline, also think about the huge vet bills. Of course, this is a living, breathing creature. They get sick, they get injured, just like human kids. You need to take care of them. But also, though, you need to make sure that you're in a financial situation before you bring an animal, you bring a cat or a dog into your home. You need to make sure you are financially capable, emotionally mature enough. Emotionally, financially, and you're ready to take on that lifetime commitment. Jeff, it looks like Nellie. Who's Nellie? Connie, Kenneth, you have doggies? Yep, and they're part of the family for sure. Folks are just saying hello to you. And okay, I think we're caught up right now in chat. Can I ask people who do think that they can own cats, do you think that you can own another human being? I know, and I'm not going to compare a cat with a human because obviously I know they're not the same thing. I get this. But I do just curious though. Because, let's be honest here. At one point in time, like people owning other human beings was happening not that long ago. And in reality, it's still happening now in certain countries. So I'm just curious, like, what makes it different? Like, why is owning another human being wrong, but not owning another sentient creature? Why is that okay? I'm just curious. Connie, dogs and kitties are nicer than humans. They definitely got their moments. Okay, so those who are new and obviously those who are not new, we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Maximus for now. We do have 8 other kitties to hang around with. Because they ain't that smart. Sankey, why do you say that? They're nicer than us, but not, well, they're not as smart as human beings, I will give you that. But to say dogs and cats are not smart, I think you're overstating your intelligence and you're undervaluing animals' intelligence. Animals are incredibly smart. All right, Mr. Maximus, we'll say bye to everybody. The reason I say animals are smart is because animals, unlike humans, they can sense when a person is not necessarily a good person. I mean, have you ever been around a cat or a dog and you bring somebody to them and they hide from them or they just get nervous around them? The reason that is an animal, unlike humans, especially older humans, once we get past like the age of 10 or 12, we lose our sense of, kind of reading people. Animals, they have that sense still. Humans, they don't. Humans are stupid. Humans can be fooled by other humans. You can't fool a cat or a dog, though. They know if you're a good person or not. And they will hide from you. They will like act differently if they're around somebody who's not a good person. And it's just one of those things. All right, let me check with chat here. Yoda, you want to get that little face? This is Yoda, by the way, for those who are new. That's Yoda. The one in the bin is Tiny. The one rolling right here is Miss Pandora. That's the baby. Over there, the orange cat is the orange menace, Tang. You'll see them a little bit more. Hello there. Is it Slim? Not Slim. L3M. I'm just going to call you Duck 3. You got a orange kitten named Macaroni. Awesome. Hello there, Vidya guy. How you doing? Lewis, they get humans to wait on them for hands and foot. That's smart in your book, for sure, Lewis, for sure. That is a good point. Orangey. What's up, Mr. Orange? Sankey, why am I attacking you? I'm not attacking you. Don't take offense. I speak in general terms. If I was, quote unquote, attacking somebody, I'd be saying their name. Hi there, Ginger. How you doing? Hello there, Jay Bubble Leap. Hope you're doing well. Well, Sankey, I'm sorry that you feel that way. You obviously don't have to stay here if you do not want to, but that is up to you. But I would say this is actually one of the most welcoming chats that you're going to find on YouTube, to be honest with you. Right now, though, we are talking about just a very sensitive subject when it comes to ownership. And if you come in saying cats are stupid or dumb, well, and you're in a chat full of cat parents and cat lovers, kind of what do you expect is going to happen? Come on now. K K K K K K K K K. That's a lot of KKs. Thank you, Catitude, for timing them out. Ginger, your cat Elijah is 9 years old and is my caregiver. Awesome. Yes, Vince. I mean, I agree. It's funny. Somebody will come into a chat and, we're talking about cats and like, oh, well, cats are dumb. And it's like, what do you expect is going to happen? And then you're going to kind of like, then people play the victim. It's always funny to me. Sankey, it's okay. Calm down. Now, Sankey, I had a question for you. Do you live, I'm not going to say do you have cats because have cats means you own them and we don't own cats. But do you live with any kitties or with any doggies? The brown cat looks like your kitty. This one here? Fashion? This one? You don't, but your parents do. Can I ask how old you are, Sankey, if you don't mind me asking? You obviously don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'm 45, so I got some experience and I got some years on me. Hello there, Just Bella. How you doing? Hello there, Doma. Hello there, Miss Baby Girl. How you doing? 23. Okay. Now, do you think you would ever want to bring a cat or a dog into your home? Or at this point in time in life, just not something you're interested in? Hello there, Kevin. How's it going, Kevin? Oh, Kevin, it's been a while. How is the Spencer? How is the Spencer? Sorry, Spence. How is the laser toy doing? Is that still working well? And Sankey, it looks like a lot of people are saying hello to you. That's fair, Sankey. So you'd love to bring in a pet, but you're not. You don't feel like you're responsible right now. That's fair. That's very fair. Are you going to school right now, Sankey? What do you got going on in life? Those who don't know, Zelda here, excuse me, Zelda is our oldest. She will be 21 here in January. Fashion, you're 25. You have autism. It makes you happy. They help you. It makes you happy. They help me, friends, and your depression. They make your depression go away. Awesome. Yes, cats and dogs. I'm obviously more of a cat person, having living with 9 cats here. So, nothing against dogs, but I do think there is definitely a calmness that cats and dogs can bring to humans. Again, of course, I'm not saying that a cat or a dog is smarter than a human, but some humans, that's debatable. I'm kidding, of course, for the most part. But, they have different intelligence, though. They have a sense that, like I said, us humans just, we have when we're younger, but we tend to lose. Hello there, Domo. This kitty is older than you? Well, enjoy your youth is what I will say. Enjoy your youth. Hello there, S Marie 5. How you doing? Now, I will say sometimes cats can be jerks. I will be the first willing, openly person to say that cats can definitely be jerks. This guy right here, we all love Mr. Tang, but he's a jerk because we are trying to get our household, and he on our stairs, he chews on the side of the carpets. So we are having to come up with creative ideas to stop him from doing this. So he's definitely a jerk sometimes. Hello there, Share Bear. How you doing? But he likes his rubs, though. He's like, look at my sweet, innocent face. Nobody can stay mad at me. One thing would be cool, because these kind of are basically kids. They're children. They never grow up. They never leave the house. It would be great if you could claim them on your taxes. But I understand why you can't, because then it would get into cat hoarding, dog hoarding situation, and people would just bring all these animals in and claim them on their taxes, and that leads to not good situations. Ain't that right, Mr. Tang? Typical orange cat behavior for sure. Airline, that thing is an extra sense, a built-in defense mechanism. Are you talking about how they react to other humans, or how they might react to a human that they have a sense with them? Is that what you're meaning, Airline? Or are you talking about Tang chewing up carpet? Yeah, Liz. I mean, they truly are dependents. I mean, unlike human kids, they never become undependent. Good, always a big yawn, buddy. Bruce, let me get you some Pandora action over here. This is Miss Pancakes. Can I speak Chinese? No, I cannot speak Chinese. I can barely speak English, to be honest with you, half the time. One language is a struggle for me. Airline, their instinct senses. True, I would agree with you there. Sani, I don't know if you're here anymore. If you are, then again, feel free to ask any questions that you want. So the one thing, and this is for anybody who is new here, I talk a lot during these live streams. They last about an hour or so. But I welcome all questions as long as it's not something like, hey, how much, what does that cat taste like? Or if you're saying stupid stuff like that, you're gonna get timed out immediately. But feel free to ask any questions that you would like. Seafish Wendy, do you follow Furball Farm Sanctuary? I don't think they're out of Missouri. Aren't they out of Minnesota, Seafish? The reason I think that's correct is actually Seafish, Furball Farm Sanctuary, unless there's one in Missouri as well. It's one of the places that we donate to, Seafish. At the end of every month, we donate to 5 or 6 cat rescue, cat charities, as a group. So it's one of the things that kind of sets this channel apart. All channel money that we receive through PayPal, through supers, through channel memberships, through ad revenue, goes back out into the communities, really the world, actually, since we got about 35 different cat rescue groups that we donate to. It's like on a list that rotates out every month. So Esmery, try rubbing lemon on the side of where he chews. Are you talking about Max, Esmery? Oh, they're Prince Dexter. They try to fool you into thinking they're sharks. Spence, yes. Sofas, for sure. Seafish, okay. Minnesota, okay. Yep. I'm familiar with it. It's a great place. Awesome place. They do a lot of good work, for sure. Fashion Queen, does the gray cat has to get a special diet? Because we have to get my cat on a special diet, Royal Canin gastrointestinal. Now, again, Fashion, let me come over here. I'm assuming you're talking about Zelda here. This is the only gray cat that's in here at the moment. Kit is underneath the bed, but she might come out. She doesn't have a special diet. She's diabetic. She's been diabetic for about 10 years. She does have kidney failure. She's got a heart murmur. She's got cataracts, but no, because what we found out most of the time when you try to put a cat on a special diet, like Science Diet, Royal Canin, or whatever, the cats don't eat it. So it's great that the food is supposed to help, but if the cat's not going to eat the food, it doesn't matter. So no, she's not on any kind of special food. Tang here is doing some spring cleaning. Tang, this is a PG rated live stream, buddy. Lewis, yes, Pandora is over here. Cats have support staff, for sure, Marco, for sure. You're talking about the orange cat. Okay. So this cat, no, this kitty, Tang, orange, he's got several names, of course, as most cats do. He's only like 4 years old. He doesn't have any health issues. All he has is a carpet munching problem. We're trying to get a psychology, a therapist to talk to him, or maybe hypnotizing him, because he's got a problem. Connie, it is hard to know what food to give kitties with health issues. It sure is. Fashion. Thanks for letting you know. He has a little heart murmur. Wait a second. I think he likes it. I'm happy it helps him. Okay. Real Meeber. Where's the snail at? Do you see a snail? Is it over on the wall? We have a snail issue on occasion here, Real. So thanks for pointing out that snail for me. I appreciate it. So Seafish Wendy, we live with 9 cats. Their age is anywhere from 4. We have a couple, a brother and a sister that are 4 years old, up to the 21-year-old. Some of the kitties are special needs. So we live with 9 currently. Kitty King, you just saw someone saying that the second chance pet rescue isn't real. What do you mean by that, Kitty King? Hello there, Real Master. A Real Meeber. Looks like a jaguar, like a little lion for sure. Craving Caving. It's an interesting name. Hello. Sending them love. Thank you. The Real Cat 223. Hello there. Hello there, Tate. Tate. Is it Tate or Tatey? Tatey Young. How you doing? Welcome and hello if you are new here. Fashion Queen, your other kitty is special needs, has one eye, adopted him because he has autism. Interesting. How is the kitty doing, Fashion Queen? I hope they're doing well, living their best life for sure. Oh, baby, you going to bite me? You say, yeah, I'm going to bite me because I'm a nutty calico. You know what's crazy? Like, I'm in North Carolina. Most of you know that. Not all of you do, of course, especially those who are new here. But, it's crazy that it's like 80 degrees out here and we're almost in December. It's like, this is insane. Spence, good news about Cosmos being adopted. Yeah, I think they figured that Cosmos, the black kitty, was going to get adopted quickly. So that is definitely good news. Fashion, he is good, sleeping, and very spoiled. Real Meeber bit you. It's tedious but fatal. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Hello there, Cordy. Cordy the best. You love cats? Awesome. You're in the right place. There are 9 cats here that you will see if you hang out during the live streams. Liz, it's snowing where you live. I'm sorry there, Liz. Yoda. Yoda. Bruce, any of the kitties that we have sponsored last month get adopted? No, Bruce, unfortunately, not right now. They are still kind of in a holding pattern, unfortunately. I will let, obviously, the community know once somebody does get adopted. And if not, we will obviously responsor them on Sunday, actually. A hammer snail? Hamper snail? What's a hamper snail? KK, people commenting that the donations weren't going to that. That's what I saw. I'm not sure, KK. I would definitely look into that though, Kitty King, because I know. Are we talking about the same place, KK? The place that's up in New York, right? I think the place that you wanted to recommend for the community to donate to, is that the same place? Hello there, Pete Blackburn. Cat people are number 1. I agree with you. Once you go cat, you don't go back. That's what I like to say. Once you go cat, you don't go back. Part of it is because, the toxic stuff that's in their litter. I'm somewhat joking with this. I'm somewhat not. There is like some toxicity in cat's litter where, like, if you're pregnant, you got to be careful with litter, stuff like that. But the toxoplasmia, I think it's called. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But it makes people go crazy for cats. It's part of their master plan for world domination. Again, I'm half joking, I'm half not. There was actually another interesting study I saw. It was saying, what was it saying? Something like living with cats for long periods of time can increase people's risk for dementia and Alzheimer's. That was kind of an interesting read. Black Frame. Once you go dog, nothing can go wrong. Okay. I guess you must be a dog fan, and that's perfectly fine. You know, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. Hello there, Carrie. How you doing? Really? Yeah, really. If you're asking about the poop question, yes. Calling in from Tallahassee. Well, hello, Tallahassee. How you doing down there in Florida? What's your favorite toothbrush? One that works, preferably. What's your favorite toothbrush? Hello there, Mike. How you doing? Um, Spence, how does the sponsorship work at the sanctuaries? Can you I'm not sure what you mean by that, Spence. Can you put a little bit more detail into that? So, Spence, like most of the places that we adopt or not adopt, but most of the places we donate to, we don't have an option of sponsorship. Most of the places you like donate to like general funds, medical care, stuff like that. But the difference though is like Safe Haven, right? Safe Haven is the one we're able to sponsor, and how we do it. So yeah, we sponsor them over and over and over again every month until they do get adopted. Like for example, Fento, who is not hasn't been adopted. Fento is probably going on like now 6 months or something, 5 months of being sponsored, and we will continue to sponsor Fento until he gets adopted. So hopefully that answers your question, Spence. If not, let me know. I just wish that more places gave the option where you could where you could sponsor a feline or two, because I think there's a bit of a bigger connection with the community, because then you're seeing the cat, you're kind of learning about the cat and things like that. Hello there, Sue. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. That's Tiny over there. Tiny used to be tiny, but Tiny's kind of chunky now. Hello there. Your favorite toothbrush ever gets to the down of the road, you get a chance at the grand prize. Okay, well, that's cool. Anyways, Gayeth Sage. I'm guessing that's not a laser. Yeah, it's a laser. It's kind of a cool laser though, because it's got a cat laser, right? It's got a flashlight. It's got an ultraviolet light, so in case you get a naughty kitty that's peeing or you want to see some gross stuff, turn off the lights and things like that, like at a hotel room. You can use it there as well. And then it's got like a face, it's got a star, it's got like a mouse, the normal pointer, so forth. Um, silly Vanity. I am thinking about getting a kitten. Any tips? Yes. Make sure you provide fresh water, fresh food, a fresh litter box, plenty of toys, and potentially a second kitten. But if you have like more particular questions, then feel free to ask. This is a community of cat lovers, so they will definitely give you tips. Any tips, folks, on uh, Miss Silly Vanity as far as bringing a kitten into her home or into their home? Remember, it is dangerous for the cat's eyes to see that. It definitely is. You are correct. It's kind of like humans, when they look out in the sun, it can damage their eyes as well. That's why, never ever point a laser into a cat's eye. Kristen. Oh, Kristen, I have a job. I'll be working in a school again. I'll be working with the little hobgoblins. No, I'll be working with the little kids. I appreciate your question, though. Spence, I appreciate that. That's super, very, very kind and generous of you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Uh, Carrie, is dehydrated cat food and cat treats safe for cats? I think so. I mean, we give our cat dry food. Um, they have free feed access to dry food and treats we give them every day. As I don't feel like there's any issue as far as that. Silly, what kind of feline toothbrushes do you recommend? Well, I don't necessarily recommend any kind of toothbrush because it's very difficult to brush a cat's teeth. However, though, if you are thinking about doing that, start them young. There are silly. If you go on Amazon, they're called like finger toothbrushes. It's literally you put it on your finger, and it has the bristles, and that's how you would do it. It's like Vet Sense or something, Vetatronics, Vet Sense, something like that. Go on Amazon and then type in like cat toothbrush, and it'll take you there. Uh, Let me see. Bobo, hello there, Bobo. How you doing? My tip would be they're like having a child, pretty much. Yes, a child just never grows up there. Hello there, JT or J Team Land Gov. It's an interesting name. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Dutchy Smith or people. I'm not sure what that comment means. Fashion Queen, give them lots of attention because they can play for hours for sure. J Team, you are a leader of a foreign something called J Teamland. Oh, okay. Well, welcome and hello. Ginger, awesome. You are a donor for the SPCA and a donor and advocate for the world of animals, formerly known as the Humane Society of the United States. Now, Ginger, I do have a serious question for you. I've done some research, and this is not to turn anybody off of the SPCA because I think overall they do a lot of good work. However, though, I have been reading some articles about the SPCA in regards to how, or more so, what happens when people donate. I heard that a lot of the time, like a very only small percentage of the actual money that people donate actually winds up in the local shelters down to the local animals that they're trying to help. Do you know anything about that? And I don't know if anybody else has heard about that or not, but that is something I heard about the SPCA. Obviously, very well-known company, but sometimes the donations that people think are going to go to help animals, they're not actually doing it. It's a very small percentage that actually goes to help them. The reason that being, again, from what I've read so far, is they have like 15, 16, 17 people that have like seven-figure salaries, and that's like insane to me. Fashion Queen, because sometimes if you do not play entertain, sometimes they will get into trouble for sure. Hello there, Cheerful Espresso. KK, thank you. Real Meeber, how many cats does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I think about 23, the last time I checked. Spence Vet said that dry food can help clean a cat's teeth for sure. I think it actually can because the reason I think it can, Spence, is it's hard, right? And it's the same like a treat, so it's hard. So when they're like chewing on it, it kind of helps clean their teeth as well, kind of like a toothbrush in a way. But I do think that might be the case. Carrie, what about those delectable creamy treats? Are those safe for a cat to have? I don't have any experience about that, so I cannot answer that, but perhaps somebody in chat can. The orange kitty, Mike, is Tang Orange Tangerine. He's got multiple names. Hello there, K3D Core. How you doing? And the great thing about this community is we don't always agree with everything. So, like I'm saying, I think really it depends on the cat when it comes to dry food. Spence disagrees with me, and that's perfectly fine. Catitude is the same. She doesn't necessarily think dry food is good for cats, and that's perfectly fine. We have our disagreements, and that's part of it. Just a healthy conversation is we're not going to like agree with every single thing that we say. You know, and that's how a good kind of like a good community is. We're not like um, robots where we agree with everybody, and that's a good thing. Joe, cats just want to eat and sleep. They don't have feelings like dogs and they're not loyal. What are the thoughts about above? That's funny. Well, I think they do have feelings because they can definitely feel pain. They can feel sadness. When a cat will lose its human, they will grieve over that human. Um, they will also grieve if they have litter mates that pass away. I definitely think I'll disagree with you there. I definitely think cats have feelings, and that they can be loyal for sure. They're just not as trainable as dogs. Cats train humans, and humans train dogs. Which black kitty? We got Yoda. We got Tiny. We got a few black kitties, I should say. Kristen, treat your kitten. Treat your kitten. Hope you would want to be treated. Show them love. Yeah, that's the golden rule, right, Kristen? Treat others as you'd want to be treated. It definitely seems like society has kind of lost that. To treat others the way you want to be treated, the golden rule, if you will. Sue, appreciate the super. Thank you, my friend. All right, so we're gonna leave these kitties. Yes, this is Yoda. Hartley me. This is Yoda. He is a Batman kitty. But we're gonna leave these cats, and we're gonna go downstairs, and we are gonna go check in on Miss Rosemary. Definitely a favorite of Minnie here. So we'll say goodbye to Yoda. We'll say goodbye to Zelda, the baby, Orange, Tang, Pandora. Tiny is somewhere around, and Kit never came out. Let's make our way downstairs. Yeah, so what I was talking about earlier, for those especially new, when I was talking about the orange cat being a little bit of a demon sometimes, or a naughty boy, because he scratches the sides of the stairs, we got to put blankets down, and we got to put books down. Hi, Rosie. This is Miss Rosemary. Miss Rosemary is deaf. She's about 18 or so. She's got no volume control because she is deaf. Hello there, Zayla. You just made me realize I have 4 too few cats. Oh, okay. 5 too few? Well, as long as you can take care of them, the more the merrier. But if you can't take care of them, then stop where you're at. Sue, yeah, she is an old lady. But sometimes, though, she acts like a young kitten. Other times, she acts like she's 100. So Zayla, I don't have any cats. I'm like transitioning a lot of my thinking. It's not having cats, it's living with cats. So we live with 9. And again, that's just my preference. I'm not the word police. Honey, you want to have some water? It's been a while, honey, hasn't it, since you've done anything with the water. Kaylee, you live with 2? Mom and daughter, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, so Rosemary, like I said, she's deaf. She's about 18. She has a thyroid issue. We I will tell, since I do have some new folks in here, I always like to tell a shortened version of her story. Any other animals besides cats and humans? No. I mean, there's creatures that are outside, but no, nothing else inside. Nope, Rosie, where are you going? I know, Rosie, we did this last Tuesday. Now I'm gonna bring you here. I know, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna bring you back over here, honey. You were going. Oh, Roman, see, that's the kind of stuff that's gonna get you timed out. I will give you one opportunity though. The stuff that lives in the litter box is on the counter. Yeah, that's not going to work well for me there, Roman. If you're even on here anymore. A lot of the times I feel like trolls and clowns, they just make a comment and then they run and they're laughing. Like, I had a funny one. We'll see if Roman's still here or not. Yeah, exactly, Catitude. You can clean. So there's a such thing as cleaning, which always amazes me when people get like all upset about a cat being on a counter in a home they don't live in. I really never understand it. I mean, you can just clean. Now, if you don't clean, then, well, that's a different story, of course. That's like a human issue normally. Well, cats do have germs, KK. I mean, I won't go that far. They definitely have germs. But cats also clean themselves, like, religiously. They're very, very clean animals. Facetiously. I don't know, that's probably not the right word. But they're very clean, though. And there is some debate around there, like who has the cleanest like mouth, a dog, a cat, or a human. There's different studies that are out there. Some saying humans have cleaner mouths, some say dogs, some say cats. But the thing is, they have antibacterial stuff in their mouth. They have I can't think of the other thing. Antibacterial, something else. I can't remember what else it is. There's a few things in there. What? Yeah, antimicrobial. I can't say that word correctly. But anyways, hello there, Graygar. Your kitties have total free reign of the house. They are super clean, for sure. What I was going to say about Miss Rosemary here, micro bowl. Thank you for trying to help me out, Catitude, but I'm a lost cause most of the time when it comes to these big words, You know how I am, special. But for the few new people, some of the new folks that might be in here, so a little backstory about Miss Rosemary here. So about 3 years ago now, I was working in an animal hospital, and Bruce, I'll look into that. I didn't notice anything, but I'll look into that though, Bruce. I'll see if she's, she's old. She jumps all the time, so it wouldn't be surprising if she's got a little hitch in her giddy up there. But about 3 years ago, I was working in an animal hospital, and a person brought in Rosemary, who wasn't named Rosemary. I don't know what her name was originally, like from that person, but they wanted to put her down. I can't remember exactly. It's either because they couldn't take care of her, or they just wanted to put her down. I can't remember. But anyways, our veterinarian staff, they took a look. They did an exam. They noticed that she's deaf, right? Or either that, or she's got very selective hearing. So they said, this cat is old, not the biggest cat in the world. She's kind of skinny, but she's healthy. So we cannot, in good faith, put her down. So long story, it could be the financial burden, Spence, for sure. Again, I can't remember. But anyways, long story short is she became kind of like a hospital cat, and we were moving out of the area. And I asked, like, could we bring Rosemary in with us, along with our group, our gang, if you will, of kitties? And they said, yeah. So she's been living with us, or we've been living with her, kind of really more so, for about 3 years now. So that's a little backstory with Miss Rosemary. Great. Cleaning paw prints is as easy as human palm prints. No big deal. Yeah, and as long as you just have a little bit of soap, a little bit of water, that'll clean it all up, so you'll be fine. But anyways, hello there, Soy. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Maya, you said you noticed the same thing. Yeah, I'll take a look at her when we're done with this live stream. I'm probably going to be done here soon-ish. It's about an hour in. Y'all know I normally go for about an hour, and then I just get tired because I talk pretty much the whole time, or try to communicate, engage with everybody, the whole chat. So, but we'll take a look at her, though. Make sure she's not limping. And if she is, then, maybe we'll give her a little gabapentin. We do have cat morphine still from Zelda's injury. And she jumps up and down this counter like all the time. And it's like, 4 feet high or so. So it wouldn't be surprising. She's got some arthritis, I'm sure. But anyways, I'm going to start wrapping up. I always like to give you all the opportunity, of course, to say goodbye to each other and to say goodbye to Miss Rosemary, if you so desire. Thank you, L. Lee Perosi. Thank you there for the pumpkin. Appreciate it. And I'm going to end on my 3 things. I think most of you know what my 3 things are because I say it almost every single time, and I believe in repetition. Adopt, don't shop. Let's put breeders out of business. We do not need designer cats. Do not need designer cats. Not needed. If you are thinking about adopting, then please think about adopting an older cat, a senior cat. I mean, anything like over 2 or 3 is, sometimes struggles to get adopted out because everybody wants kittens. The cute, fuzzy, but eventually, that kitten is going to become an adult cat and a senior eventually. And always advocate. Speak up. They cannot talk, obviously. They can meow, but, we're dumb humans, so we don't know what they're saying. It's like we struggle. They're telling us everything we need to know by their meowing, by their body language, and sometimes it's hard to pick up. Even, myself, I sometimes struggle on, like, what is this cat trying to tell me? They're trying to tell me something, but I'm too stupid as a human to understand what they're saying. So just always advocate. People are saying Happy Thanksgiving. So yeah, today is what? Today is the 25th or something. JD, that's awesome. If you know what they say, then you should build yourself an invention, and you'll be very rich. But anyways, y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I guess eat plenty of turkey, watch football, go to sleep. Whatever people are doing on that day. Some people eat turkey, some people eat pizza on Thanksgiving, some people eat Chinese food. Whatever your thing is, enjoy it, have fun. Be around family members if you like them. I know how families can be a little iffy sometimes. I understand that for sure. Love my family, but sometimes I don't like them necessarily. It's just how life is, and I think most of you are probably in the same boat. You love your family, but you don't necessarily like your family from time to time. That's just how it is. Try not to talk about religion and politics. Let me just put that in there. I think that's it. So I wish you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging with me and my ramblings over the last hour. Hopefully some of it made sense. And let me try to see if I can get a better shot for Miss Rosemary. I will definitely keep an eye on her or take a look at her potential limping. We'll kind of go from there. You can see her beautiful little eyeballs and her rinky-dinky little dirty nose that she always has as she's meditating about life in general. But anyways, until then, God bless, take care, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see hopefully a lot of you again on Saturday when we go live streaming again. Take care, until next time, bye-bye. Yes, bye, Rosie, you get the eye. I know I'm bugging you. Alright, bye all. Ugh.